It's gone and happened, unfortunately. Remember when I was saying that once our players get good, then better teams are going to start coming in and poaching them for free? Yeah, it's sort of happened already. Welcome back to, well, I believe it's now part 10, and it's also the first part of the second season with Keymer and Hassocks. So my aim here is to try and get them as far up the English pyramid as possible. We've already gone up from level 23 to level 22, winning promotion last season from the Mid-Sussex Football League Division 10. We're now in Division 9, as you can see. First thing to do, pre-season's all been done, so I'll talk about that quickly. If you can remember what my team looked like at the end of last season compared to what it looks like now, you can see obviously there's some names there that have unfortunately missing, and there's some new ones in. As soon as the transfer window opened for this season, I had offers flooding in for virtually all of my players. You can see here still a lot of them are wanted by clubs, and a few of them are currently still being bidded on by other teams, so they could still leave even now. Unfortunately, if we go here to the transfers and show you exactly how busy it's been, there you go. We have lost, deep breath, Harry Williams, Linus King, Jackson Ram, Billy Bishop, Ricardo Viana, David Galbraith, Philip Greatwich, Tom Gilby, Supat Rangratsamy and Nathan Koo Booth. All of these players have left the club on free transfers because they was on a non-contract basis with my team. So I've had to file in some replacements. I've got Daniel Wheeler, Rob Fry, Tom Monk, Luke Murden, Zach Stevens and Chris Benjamin so far. However, we will almost certainly be adding to that. Daniel Wheeler, here he is. Yeah, what is he? He's a goalkeeper. Looks alright, looks pretty good. Signed him on a free from released by Colchester a few years ago by the looks of it. Rob Fry, I believe, is another goalkeeper, yes. So for the first time we have two goalkeepers in the books, because last season we only had Billy Bishop. Stats here, he hasn't played football for 4 years. His last club was at Ebbsfleet. Tom Monk, he's a central midfielder, well he's an attacking midfielder really, but he can also play as a central midfielder. He's got quite nice stats there for a 19-year-old. He was released a year ago by Colchester, so it's another club there, another player from Colchester. Luke Murden, a right back. Again, he's got quite good physical stats for this level. His stats, yeah, he hasn't played for a couple of years. Last club was at Chippenham. Zach Stevens, I believe, is a centre-back. We've almost had to change our entire back five across because we lost our goalkeeper, one of our centre-backs and both our full-backs. So this is our replacement centre-back. He's, I think he looks quite good, to be honest with you. I think I've done quite well to get him. Hasn't had a club for a couple of years, as most of these players haven't. Bedford and Luton. And then Chris Benjamin. Not great stats for a striker, however he's bloody quick. Acceleration of 16, pace of 18, so I'm probably going to be using him in games where they've got like 3 players at the back or something like that, where teams might have more players in the midfield, then we can try and get Chris Benjamin around the back of these defenders and go on. He's got finishing of 9 anyway, but his composure and concentration is only a 2, so hopefully that will be worked on. He's been out of football for a year. Last club was Billericay and Harrow and Sutton, so it looks like he spent most of his time in Essex by the looks of it. So yeah, that's the squad. Unfortunately, I'll just show you the squad again quickly. Here we go. We are sticking to our tried and tested 4-2-3-1. Still on the lookout for a centre-back. I have put a couple of offers in. Staff has changed around a little bit as well. We've lost most of our staff. They didn't want to sign new contracts, so I've got a new assistant manager in by the name of Chris Bangura. I'm pretty sure he's an ex-player. He is an ex-player, yeah, but name rings a bell, but I can't remember exactly where he's from. Sorry, I'll just click back on that again. He's our assistant manager. Pretty happy with his stats there. We've also got the new head of youth development, which I believe we need. So again, quite happy that I've got him. And we have a coach by the name of Stephen Tobin. Good defending, good fitness, as you can see there. And then we will go back and have a look at scouts. Got 2 scouts now. Scott Charlesworth, judging of adaptability of 10, ability and potential of 11, and Sean Leese, who is still here from last season. Not the greatest coach, not the greatest scout in the world, obviously. And then we've got just the 1 physio. We only ever need 1 physio. I don't know why we need 2 or 3 with this club of this size. Because our last physio left, and so we got his replacement. Still a 7, so not the greatest. Tactics, as you can see, as I said, 4-2-3-1 hasn't really changed. Finances, we've lost a little bit. We've lost $5.5 grand, but that would kind of make sense really. We have spent I think about 10 or 11 grand on getting some sort of, well, I wouldn't say high profile friendlies in, but they're foreign teams. But that will go up again during the course of the season, no doubt. Board club and club screen, we've got one little green dot, level 23 in first, so I want to see plenty more of them. Competitions this year, the board expects us to win promotion from the league, or by winning the league at least. Ashurst Wood came up with us last season. Parsons Challenge Cup, Tester Challenge Cup that we was in last season, and the Mid Sussex Junior Cup. They're expecting us to win the Mid Sussex and win the Parsons, but just reached the first round of the Tester, and we enter the second round, so that one's already done. Already been drawn in the Parsons Challenge Cup. We've got Linfield 4. I believe Linfield 4 are playing in, Mid Sussex League Division 7, so they're already 2 divisions above us, but as you see here, they've got no players, so it's a bit, should be okay. Now to schedule for our friendlies, Choi, as you can see, immediately making an impact. He had a good end to the season last year, and it looks like he's picking it up this season as well, so it looks like he's going to be one of our main players if we can hold on to him. 2-1, all these games were at home, as you can see. Lost at home 2-1 to AFC Hayes. They play in the 9th tier of English football, so pretty happy with that. And then these teams here, every FC2016, I think that is, they play in the French CFA 2, which I believe is the 4th tier of French football. Drew 1-1. Phoenix Sports, who play in the Southern Counties East League, which again is the 9th tier of English football. We drew 1-1 with them. With Superman Gratzmy getting his last goal for the club before he's left. Arras Football, who play in the CFA A, so again the 4th tier of French football. Lost 3-1 to them. Coxide, I think that is, Belgian 3rd division. And then AS Cherbourg Football, who play in the regional divisions of France. So yeah, it hasn't been the greatest friendlies, but we are playing against teams that are well above our ability. So to get 2 draws and not exactly be humiliated, I mean, we only conceded 3 goals in 2 of the games. So pre-season hasn't been brilliant. It's been quite disruptive because, as I said, the amount of players that we have unfortunately lost. I mean, that's almost a fault. That's almost a starting 11 right there. So I've had to change a lot of it around. You can see we're still quite thin. We're still in need of a centre back because I don't actually have another one on the books. Under 21s, under 18s, obviously there's no one in there just yet. I'm not going to focus on the youth until we get further up. It's pointless doing it now. So as long as we can keep hold of, I mean, we've still got Carl Beckford for now, but he is under bid from plenty of clubs. We've still got Salim Shaloon, but again he's under bid from other people. Choi, we've still got Bevan Mosley on the right, we've still got, so the midfield itself hasn't really changed. The only difference is obviously Chris Benjamin, but then I do have Josh Dexter as well, so if I was to do that, it's pretty much, I mean, these 6 players here are pretty much unchanged from the last game of the season, but as you can see, the defence has completely moved around and we are very thin on depth. So that is basically pre-season, that is how it is worked. I'm going to do the first 3 games maybe. I think the first game I'll do live will be West Hopefully away. So I will do the Linfield game in the Parsons Challenge Cup just to get that done. So hopefully we can make a good start to the season. We can put all this troubles of losing so many players behind us, basically rebuild a team and go from strength to strength. So join us again for the next part and hopefully we'll have won some games.